I do not have my thoughts together for this, so let's just wing it. Hey, what's up? I'm Allie, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the ultimate nerd gift guide. Now, anyone who is worth knowing is probably a nerd, let's be honest. Now, what do I consider a nerd? Not necessarily just someone who is kind of book smart and things like that. I mean someone who is probably sort of obsessed with some sort of pop culture. That is what I'm considering here. Now, there's some really great stores for this. There's Think Geek, there's Box Lunch, and there's Hot Topic. Box Lunch is by far my favorite. I'm probably going to be featuring some things from their store, but these are just kind of some great nerdy ideas, good for your friends this season. So, now first and foremost, I think obviously one of the best gifts, in my opinion, is a mug. Now, you can find mugs at really reasonable prices, especially if you live near like a TJ Maxx or a Ross, Primark, things like that. But these are great because you can find them for literally everything anymore. So, Rick and Morty, Stranger Things, I have The Office. Oh, this one has, I'm currently using this one. Harry Potter. You can find mugs for literally anything. The thing is, if you get someone a mug, I don't suggest just giving them the mug. I would suggest giving it with something. Say a mug warmer. A mug warmer has always been a really great gift, in my opinion, for anyone who is constantly working at their desk or someone who is a reader who tends to forget that they have made a hot drink and then they read 300 pages and they're like, oh God, why is my coffee cold? Another great thing would be to give them some sort of tea or coffee or hot chocolate in it. One other great thing would be a Sips By subscription. Now they did not ask me to say this. I just genuinely really love my Sips By subscription. Now they do have kind of a like holiday themed ones that you can actually just buy like a one-time box, or you could buy your friend a subscription. There's a personality test that they have to take in order to figure out what kind of teas that they really like, but these always come. They have a selection of 4 different teas in them, and then there's discount codes in case the person wants to buy more of them, but there is easily a month's supply of tea within the box. So these are great, and if you pair these together, it would be fantastic. Another really good thing would be if you could find like a little espresso thing or even like a cold brew thing or something along the lines of that and pair it with it. I picked this one up for 10 bucks, so didn't break the bank. Break the bank for these things. Now, another thing is if you have a dog or pet lover, you could add treats inside of the mug for their pet. Just something to extra spice it up instead of just giving them just the mug. Getting a little more generally specific about Harry Potter lovers because that is me, but I think a really great gift are the house editions. So if you know someone who is a decently large Harry Potter fan, they have these beautiful house editions that you can buy of at least the first 3 so far. So you could buy either the paperback or hardback of the first 3 for them and their house colors, and these are just awesome. I think you can buy these on Amazon anymore. If not, they're on Book Depository. Another thing is that Alex and Ani has a really great jewelry collection that I feel is really reasonably priced as well for being pretty high quality. My favorite thing that they have are actually the bracelet collections. Now they have a new Harry Potter exclusive every month, but I actually end up loving kind of their just all the time collection the most. Now this one is the Platform 9 3/4 one. I have one that's a Luna Lovegood one. They have one that is like a Stag Patronus, but these are really great. They have other things as well. I've gotten my mom and I are really big elf fans, so I actually got her, they have like an elf collection. I think they also have a Disney collection, so I think the Alex and Ani is great for someone girly. Now you can buy the jewelry from Hot Topic or Box Lunch, but it is not as durable and it does tarnish, so I think if you are going to go the jewelry route, pay a little bit extra and find some from Alex and Ani. I do know that Kohl's has some. I have gotten a snitch necklace from there before. Along the lines of girly, now if you are someone who is buying for a makeup lover, Funko Pop actually recently collabed, I think, with ColourPop, and they have Funko Disney Villain Collection, and they are the heads of the villains, and then each side they have different makeup in them. I think 2 of them are eyeshadow palettes and 2 of them are blush highlight palettes. So I think that these are only sold at Ulta, so I would double check with that because I think that they are so neat. You can actually buy wand brushes, and these are so cool. You can buy these a variety of places anymore. Storybook Cosmetics, I think, originally had these, but I don't know who else does. But these are original to like the Harry Potter. Like, these are pretty spot on to the wands in Harry Potter, so these are another really great kind of girly option. I prefer getting like homey goods for people rather than like the accessories and stuff. One thing that I think is really neat is if you know someone who is into cooking or something along the lines of that, is that they actually have crock pots that have like different designs on them. I think there's like a Nightmare Before Christmas one. There is a Friends one. You can buy one that is Pixar themed. Like, these crock pots are so cool. I think that they are such a conversation starter because crock pots are great, especially if you have someone who is constantly going to like outings and stuff and taking them, whether like we take crock pots to tailgates, we take them to friend events, we take them, like I know my parents use them every weekend for events that they go to. So they're great because they're conversation starters. The people see them and they're like, wow, what a cool crock pot. And plus you get a little bit of personality from that person. They're just so neat and I like them. I also have these for like different waffle makers and donut makers and stuff like that, which I think is also pretty neat. So if you know someone that is a collector, especially if they are a Funko Pop collector, I wouldn't necessarily suggest buying them a Funko Pop because you might not know what they have in their collection unless they specifically say like they're missing some. I wouldn't really advise buying them a Funko Pop. However, I would recommend buying them some stands. Now, I would see maybe what the person prefers, whether they like to have a display case for just one of them. If they keep them in like a plastic case, I would buy them some of them. Honestly, I think that these are so useful and it might not be like such a wow kind of present, but it's going to be something that they can actually use to showcase something that they love. Another thing are like the acrylic stands, and you can find these all over the place. I see them on Amazon all the time, but they're like these acrylic stands so that if they display them on shelves, it actually gives height to the ones behind it and they can display multiples on one row. Another option would be like I have, which are actually baseball bat cases. Now the ones that I have are from Michael's and they are constantly on sale for like buy one get one free. So I love these. I think they are perfect for displaying Funkos. So if you know someone who could really use something like that, I would highly recommend those. Now those are a little bit on the pricier side, but the acrylic stands are so easy to find. I see them everywhere. They come up I think as like nail polish stands as well. It's something that I feel like people could really benefit from. If you know someone who is a planner junkie like myself, you could buy them some planner stickers that are based around, like there's all kinds on Etsy, but that's based around maybe something that is their favorite. I've seen Harry Potter planner stickers. They probably have Friends Friends planner stickers, like any type of theme that you think that they might like. There's probably some planner stickers out there, so if you know that they're a big planner, you could buy them something along the lines of that. Well, another present I personally think is really great are puzzles. So they have these like 3D puzzles, which are actually like different buildings and stuff from different places. I have personally some from Harry Potter, but I've seen them for all kinds of different franchises. You could also get some sort of scenery puzzle. I'm sure some that would be beautiful is like Lord of the Rings. I think puzzles are great because you can offer to like do it with them, or they can of course do it themselves, but you could get them the puzzle as well as either with like a puzzle frame, or you could get them puzzle Mod Podge, Puzzle Saver, which they can go over it afterwards and actually keep it as a picture. I normally ask for puzzles because I personally love me some puzzles. The 3D puzzle was something else, I will say that. Another thing I think is really great for the adult friends in your life are wine glasses, and you could find wine glasses that either have something on them. I know there's a lot of stemless wine glasses out there that have kind of fandom merch on them, or you could buy them just kind of plain wine glasses and see if you can find any wine charms to put on them, and then give them a bottle of wine or said favorite alcoholic drink with it. I think that is a really cute kind of grouping together. I got someone in my life an It pencil holder type thing, which is actually like the paper boat from It, and then instead of putting pencils in it, I'll probably put makeup brushes in it for her, but that is something you could do. There's all kinds of board games. I'm a sucker for board games myself, but they have all kinds of themed board games out there, which I just think are so cool. They have, I think, Monopoly in just about everything anymore, Clue in just about everything, so you can probably find some sort of themed game based around a fandom that they really like. Another really great gift, especially for someone who is more dressy in their job, would be a more subtle tie that has things from their fandom on their Hogwarts house. I know Harry Potter keeps coming up. I'm sorry, that's my biggest fandom. Either it's like a bookish one, or maybe it has some Game of Thrones characters on it. Something along the lines of that, but there's so many kind of more subtle, fancy ties out there, or even bow ties. Another great gift for someone who is more generally into books is that there's these really great personalized stampers that I found on Etsy that you can have made with their name, and it would be like from the library of, and they can actually use that to stamp in their own personal books. I love this, even if it's not something that gets a lot of use just because I have way too many books to stamp, but it's just something that just is so cool and so unique, and I just love it. Such a cool little gift. I know outofprint.com has a lot of really cool bookish gifts as well. They have some Harry Potter stuff, but they also have, like, I have a library bag that is a tote bag, and it actually looks like a checkout card, which is really neat and something that I know I personally like. So if you know someone who goes to the library a good bit, I think that's really neat, because you always need a tote to be carrying stuff home. I know these things. Trying to get some inspiration from like geeky websites online, and dear God, their suggestions are awful. You know, a gamer in your life, and one cool thing that I have found, controller stands. You can get controller stands, but you can also get skins for the controllers. So if they are someone who is interested in a fandom or in a sports team, I think I got some for Brian that's a sports team, but you can get skins that will fit the controller, and I just think that these are great, and they personalize it. And then you can also find fancier controller stands that will charge the controller while it sits on it, and they just look really nice, and I think that those are great too. And then you can find some too that actually fit games with the stand. So just depending on how much you want to spend and what you're looking for, I think that's a really neat thing too. You could also personalize this in a way by getting like a vinyl with their name made on it and sticking that on there as well, or their gamer tag. So just something cool like that. You can find them to go over like their actual system as well. So the only other thing would be, if you wanted to, you could buy them like a one-time subscription. Loot Crate has a lot of different fandoms, and it's basically a mystery box every month. You could buy them a one-time subscription or something to that, just a 1 month. And then like a great book one is Fairy Loot. Fairy Loot is also like a book subscription box. There are so many different subscription boxes, and you can find one that's probably in your price range. I've seen some that are just specifically based around pens. Oh, pens! I forgot about pens. How could I forget about pens? You know, someone who's nerdy and is a collector, there's a good chance they have a pen collection. Even people who just love Disney have a pin collection. Like, these are like the new thing. So you could buy them some pins, or you could buy them some fancy pin holders. Now this one I made myself. This one was sent to me in a book box. So you could create something like this. This is literally just some fabric. I put my Harry Potter house on there, my Hogwarts house on there, and then I put a string on it, and that was it. However, they make all kinds of cool holders online. You can find some really fancy ones that are like cork and stuff. There's one that is of like the Hogwarts house. You can find them that some of them are like coffins and stuff that are really neat. You could also do like, they make like pin binders, and you could get them one of them, or they have the bags. I cannot think of what they're called, but they have like a clear kind of front on them, and then they can put the pins and display them, and the clear front keeps them from like falling out or losing them. You could also buy them some locking backs so they don't lose them if there's someone who likes to wear them. Another thing would be like patches, and you could buy them like a patch or something if they are into that kind of thing. Then if you are someone who knows someone who likes to read, I would highly recommend buying a book sleeve. These have been a game changer for me as someone who travels somewhere with books all the time and who has spilled many things on books. These have been a just game changer. These are the one, it depends on where you get them from, but they can be high quality. You can find them in a multitude of designs. They have these all over the place anymore. You can get them from Etsy. You could probably find them on Amazon. You can have them custom made. I have so many of them. This one is a Hogwarts one. This one is from the Nevernight series. This is from Darker Shades of Magic. You can get them in all kinds of sizes. This one is Shakespeare. Like, you can find them in different patterns and designs and stuff, and these have just been so good. I love these. I think they're great for anyone who is a book lover. And that's pretty much it. I hope that I have given you guys some new ideas. These might not be new to you if you are also someone who collects, but maybe you're not, who knows. These are just kind of a general idea of like what I think are good kind of geeky gifts, nerdy gifts, people who like to collect things, who are all about being in a fandom. I think these make really good gifts, and I think they're all pretty affordable and really customizable to whatever kind of fandom you are trying to fit to. So yeah, I hope you guys have liked these ideas. Leave your ideas down below so other people can see any other ideas that you might have. So yeah, I hope you guys have liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe to see future videos from me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!